Welcome, Jets fans, to another episode of Hippo Jets, Season 4, Episode 3.
Trois of French, very nice.
They say I'm trying to mix up the languages every week, just for
international. Great.
Yeah, exactly. We are international, Tony. And
there's as well.
And there's our special guest on today, who's steaming in with the international comments. We have all the way from the valleys.
That's right.
In another country. So that's international for you. That is the reason why.
God's country tonight, lads. God's country.
God's country.
Yeah.
We have Tony.
Hi.
Tony, how you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. Like, fair play. It's winter. It rains a lot. I'm missing my Jet family. We haven't seen each other for a while, but I'm here tonight to talk to you guys, so that's about the next best thing, I guess. Yeah,
we are looking forward to it. We are looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Al, how are you, buddy? Not
I'm
forgetting
good,
you,
mate.
Course,
I've been inhaling a lot of paint fumes today.
Oh yeah.
So who knows what happened?
Normal Friday evening down Leighton, is it?
That's normal. Yeah, nothing to do with Christmas or painting the tree or anything. Just a stock Friday in East London. Everyone just gets together, inhales paint fumes, and then we go out and see what happens. That's how I became a Jet fan. I just inhaled way too many paint fumes, and it all started to make sense.
It does explain a lot about you, mate, to be honest with you. So.
Now, being a Jet fan, it does lead to abuse, doesn't it? Yeah, a lot of abuse. So, yeah, inhaling paint might be another one to add to the list. Yeah.
We are definitely suckers for punishment, no matter what.
Yeah.
So, we've all got
But not anymore, because we're in episode 3 of our new positive approach to the Jets. We're all excited about. We worked out last weekend. John and I were sat at the Hippodrome together. We've all been talking how excited we are about the 2029.
It wasn't just us on a candle, sitting on the 2-seater with a candle. By the way, guys, there was other Jets.
There were other people there. Yeah. We weren't holding hands this time.
So.
But, we worked out that not only are we going to be in the Las Vegas Super Bowl in 2029, we are repeating. We are coming back again, because the 2030 Super Bowl is where, John?
It's in Nashville, buddy.
Nashville, Tennessee.
New stadium too, boys. A new stadium in Nashville too for that.
New stadium. Broadway. So to go from Las Vegas in 29 to Nashville in 2030. So the plan now, John, is just to kind of just leave the RV parked up in the States, so we can drive it from Las Vegas in 2029 to Nashville.
No one's going to smack it up when it's got Hippo Jets written all over it. So it will be like saying no one's even going to touch it.
No,
we'll
definitely
leave it there. And we've got official merch being released very soon for this 2-year double repeat Super Bowl trip.
Yeah.
We're just going to do the final touches to it.
Exactly. We want to encourage people to wear this merch, to get this merch, and to wear this merch, but to wear it now. Don't wait till 2029. We want people to see that we're flying the flag for our Super Bowl 4 years early. So when we get there, we will look so smart.
So we've been seeing a lot of drafts of our new merch for this particular repeat.
Right.
Yeah. So there's one thing we need to add out before I forget is established in 2025.
Yeah. So people know. So people understand that we are foreseers of destiny, not just people that knew at the time. We knew 4 years ago we were going to win the Super Bowl in 2029. We need people to know that.
So, Tony, are you on board? Are you on board with the journey for the Super Bowl, repeat Super Bowl trip, Vegas?
I am, definitely. We were in the London gig when we went there. We did say, John, when we were all drinking some bourbon, that we would definitely go, no matter on short notice, unexpected, we would definitely go to a playoff game. So the Super Bowl is a must, isn't it? Let's be fair.
That's the ultimate playoff game, isn't it? The Super Bowl.
Wasn't there some chat when we after the Denver game? Wasn't there some crazy chat that we were? Oh no, it was after week 1. Sorry, when we went to the week 1 games home.
Oh God,
there was some chat about going to the playoffs this season, wasn't there? And we were up for the road trip.
I think we were the only ones who were talking to playoffs after week 1. To be fair, I think the vast majority of Jet fandom were thinking, "This is it. We get in there."
Listen, we're not out of it, guys. We're not out of it. Technically, we mathematically, if we win all of our, when we win all of our games between now and the end of the season, playoffs.
Oh no, totally. Yeah, Nigel on the chat pointed this out, and I wanted to actually see what the odds are, but we're not actually even listed. I'm checking again now as we speak, but we weren't even listed on various websites. That we give us the option.
See if the Jets are even listed.
Even a pound on it.
So you're saying there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance, isn't it? That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you're saying there's a chance. But the really beautiful thing, is if we made the playoffs somehow, and the Colts didn't, that would make me so happy. Because we're all
imagine that pick leapfrogging ours out. Wow, you know. Yeah.
What did you say, Johnny?
Imagine their pick that we are having leapfrogging ours in value. That would be
great. Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be icing on a cake, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Even if it's just 18 and 19, but we're 19 now, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
We'll package them both, trade up to one, and take Mendoza. I'm fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Good stuff. Well, listen, we'll get into quarterbacks, because the reason we wanted Tony on, one, because he's awesome, but two was because you made a really insightful comment on the Facebook page about the quarterback situation a few weeks ago now. But I wanted to get you on. But before we do that, for anyone who's been living under a rock and doesn't know the legend that is Tony,
right?
Let's tell us a little bit about you, mate.
Long-term Jet fan, as you can tell. Grey, getting on.
He's actually 24.
Yeah. 80s Channel 4. I'm sure. I know I've met a load of Brits in the same position ourselves. We all like the same players because they were relevant for maybe 4 years in the 80s. They were probably the darlings of Channel 4 because they only showed the highlights. And at that time, I think it's fair to say the Jets were the team that were throwing the ball the most. And that was the hook. That was the excitement. That was the rah-rah, the American, I'm Welsh, rugby, similarities perhaps. But throwing that ball, I was hooked. Ken O'Brien.
Like for you then, as a Welshman, like getting used, because you must have been already into rugby, and then getting used to like American football and the differences and stuff like that. Was it an easier transition for you?
Or... No, definitely not. Definitely not. Look, I think the format was, it was a game in 40. It was game of the week. It was played a week later than it was actually played. So they picked the choice of all the games, and the Jets were quite popular at the time. So we've seen a lot of them. And I'm sorry, somebody's texting me. Somebody watching. I turned everything down.
Any kind of communication off.
I'll take the watch off. Because I can't remember what it was.
Was it you?
Yeah. John? So we sit in the game in 40, and to be fair, all we ever watched was the running backs and the wide receivers, or at least I did. And it took me 2 years to realize, what a tight end was and what it did like. But I was still hooked, definitely hooked from that year. But being Welsh, it was scorned upon because rugby was a man's game and American football
with the pads,
helmet, pads, etc. You can imagine what it was like. Yeah, so it was tough. It was tough and lonely, very lonely.
The lonely life of a Jets Welshman. It sounds like a good novel, that, doesn't it? Sounds like a
tearjerker. That is a great novel name, that one. The lonely life of a Jets Welshman in the 80s, living in the 80s.
Shunned by every working men's club and everything,
The only Jet fan in the village.
Yeah.
So hang on then. So when did you first discover a community of British Jet fans? What are we talking about here? We're talking 90s.
It's not that long ago.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's become a talking point in the office these days, American football, but it's not really followed by anybody, But I used to go to the American football. It was when it was the American Bowls, it was the preseason games and all that. So there were people about, but we were the weirdos, if you like, But recently it's much more popular. And becoming having a Jet family is recent. I got to thank Anth for that.
Yeah, what a legend.
Yeah, shout out to Anth.
Yeah, definitely. He's he's opened the world and made me spend so much more money on the Jets than I ever thought possible. So yeah.
He should be on commission, shouldn't he? And from the Jets, they should be paying him commission from all the money that we all spend now on Jets merch because we can.
Not that I regret it. To be fair, it's been great. It's been great. Like fair play. Yeah.
Good. Well, we always love a good shout out for Anth, don't we, John?
Yeah, absolutely.
We love Anth Cook. He's an absolute legend in the UK Jets community, and done a lot for me, done a lot for Hippo Jets. So shout out to that boy. Injured at the moment. He's laid out with a dodgy foot, is it, or ankle, or something like that? He's injured. Yeah, he was. Did he fall down the stairs or something? I think he was surprised at the fact the Jets won a game, and he fell down and injured himself. I think that was the. That was probably the cause of it.
Yeah. I tell you what, Tony. Just going back to the weirdo lonely comment, which a lot of these.
You can relate to that, can you, John?
Oh no, yeah. Well, yeah, I was one of them back in the 80s. You feel like that.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like totally you on your own. But when I was out, I would be wearing a Jets jacket, but I'd feel like I just wanted to be different, and I totally was on my Todd on my own, doing all that. But so you got to think about it now, because we meet loads of fellow people who are in the same boat all around the country, and they're all doing the same individual Jets activities on their own, watching the game and getting excited on their own. And it's like it took me ages to actually find a fellow Jets fan. I mean, it was when I went. I'm just trying to think of it. When I went to America, 2008 probably. What about you, Tony? Who was the first UK Jets fan that you met?
God,
great question.
Because I'm talking from the 80s. I didn't meet any Jets fans. No, nothing in the 90s at university. Nothing when I was working, and then when I went to America, that's when obviously Jets fans, but they're all American. But there's no UK. I'm thinking out loud here. And then when I got back, I met
Hippodrome.
It's the Hippodrome for me. It was the Hippodrome.
Yeah. For me, I don't think I've ever met a proper Jet fan until recently through the club, because the number of people I've walked up to in the street because I got some Jets hats on or something, and I've gone Jets, and they looked at me like I got two heads, because they just see the New York logo, and they think it's cool. And they look at me like I'm a complete idiot and need to be arrested.
Yeah. I had that in the gym the other day. It was like, wearing a Jets hoodie.
The Americans will never understand what it's like to be international fans.
No, that's true.
They'll never understand.
I had a good one this week. I was at a work conference in a big conference center in King's Cross. It was really busy. It wasn't very good, actually, but it was really busy. And I was sitting in a meeting. It was all kind of like an open plan area outside conference halls, and it wasn't very well organized. So everyone had to take these meetings in these tiny little sofas, basically in the corridors of this conference center, because there was nowhere else to take a meeting. So I was in a meeting with somebody, and I'm sat sort of facing them, and I've looked over the shoulder of the person I'm supposed to be talking to, and there's somebody else in another meeting across the corridor, and there's three of them, and there's a bloke wearing a Jets hat. And I stopped listening completely to what the person I was having the meeting with was saying. They could have been talking about anything. They could have given me the winning lottery ticket. I wouldn't have known. I was looking straight at this guy, trying to get his eye contact with him, trying to make see if I could get eye, and then do a little silent JETS over the shoulder of these people. Then I realised there's this bloke probably thinking, why is that guy over there staring at me?
Yeah. I didn't get the police, get a restraining order on the guy.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd just avert my gaze. But it does. It catches you out. Who's your favourite all-time player, Tone?
Oh, it's got to be Ken O'Brien. Definitely Ken.
Another one in the Ken O'Brien fan club.
Look, he threw the ball a lot. He threw a ball more than any other quarterback. I think, he had the passing yards for the year, when I was watching it. And it was awesome. It was awesome. And I couldn't understand why, because at them days we didn't even know what a draft was, and the Dan Marino thing, it just didn't happen for us. We had no idea, but those games, John, you watched them, same as me. Those Miami Jets games were just another. They were on another level. They were like watching,
so
the Chiefs versus the Pats.
And we actually won, some of these games in these
Yeah.
shootouts. How times have changed. I mean, we had a good defense back in those days.
Yeah,
from being
guys,
high scoring, run first, passing, offense. We had everything on the offense except for a bit of the shifty offensive line, and then we had a really good defense. Should have got some Super Bowls back in those days.
Listen, guys, you can have your Ken O'Briens and your passing yards. Give me a Austin McNamara punt-tastic every time. What a man! Seriously, the greatest punter. That's what Jets fandom is now. It's watching the punter and just.
But what a punter!
Yeah, what a punter!
He did some cracking punts last week. We're on punt watch at the moment.
Yeah,
and he had some belters last week.
Punt watch,
special teams, every phase. Yeah, every phase of special teams is special at the moment. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Cool. Should we talk quarterbacks? I want to get your opinion, Tony, because do you know what? It was a few weeks ago now, so I can't remember what it was you said, but I can remember scrolling through Facebook and seeing, I think it was Fraser had made some comment about the quarterbacks, and you jumped off of the back of it and written something, and I was like, Tony is a savant. Yeah. He is the fountain of all knowledge. I'm setting you up here.
I should have read it then before I came on then, because I know I was positive. I know I was very positive that we just lost again, and everybody's slating off the entire team, the organization, the coaching, tear it down. And for me, I think from about as early as week 4, I thought I seen signs of improvement. Yeah, obviously. What made the press was the penalties, or the reduction of penalties. But I thought I saw a team who were tackling better. They were gang tackling. They seemed to have, the Detroit energy bunny in them. They were hustling and going to the ball. How many times do we see the Jets, slip a tackle and there's no one there? We miss a tackle and they get another 12, 40 yards out of it. Yeah. But, you will miss tackles. There are, these players are the best athletes in the world. You will miss them. But we got that sort of, I saw what I thought was that Detroit, zeal.
Attitude. Yeah, I get it.
So yeah, I've been quite, I wasn't an Aaron Glenn supporter. I didn't want Aaron Glenn. I didn't want another rookie defensive coordinator as our head coach. And I thought I was like, oh, here we go. Weeks 3, 4, 5. This is, I was right. But I kind of felt like there is improvement, and if you've watched as much football as we have over the years, I don't think things turn around like really quickly. The NFL says it can turn around, but we are talking seasons, not games. It takes a season or two to get somewhere, because I think, especially with our team, it's a young team, and you've got to learn to win, and then you've got to believe you can win, and then you'll get the wins. So I think that's the road we're on at the moment.
It's about that. It's about I totally agree. It's that belief, isn't it? It's like the other two rookie head coaches that we obviously missed out on. Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson and Vrabel. You can see the belief they've instilled in the players. I mean, check out Ben Johnson and his post game, whatever he's doing there. I mean,
taking his clothes off.
I mean, he's got them. He's got them. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see. If you were a player in that locker room, be honest, and you saw your coach take his clothes off, you'd be like, where am I?
I don't know. I think Pete Carroll did that. Yeah, I think Pete Carroll did that as a Seahawks when he was like 60 odd. So fair play. It's been done before.
He's got a lot of energy, but you got to have the energy, right? So, but he's coaching them up. I've been reading about Ben Johnson. He's like, what did he say? He said, make easy plays make the same play look different, and make different plays look the same. Yeah, it's like that's just intelligent coaching. And then
I would say, look at where the Lions are now without him, and you can see they miss him. That creativity.
There's an adjustment period, definitely. There would be.
They've got the same players.
Aaron Glenn, by the way.
Yeah, but they've got the same players as last year, but they're not the same team because of the coaching, So
Detroit have had a lot of injuries, so they have been a bit different.
But they had even more last year. I think they had more last year, John, especially on the defense.
They've lost the DC and their OC, so there's going to be an adjustment period. The Lions still look a good football team overall.
Yeah, they've had a lot of injuries on the offensive line though this year.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine. I think. Did either of you listen to the mic'd up this week that Coach Glenn was mic'd up for the Falcons game?
No, I didn't.
You listen to that?
No. I just watched the show this morning. The Jets show. But there's a little bit of him on that.
I listened to a little bit of it today actually, and it was a lot of it was like whooping and get stuck in and all the rest of it. But there was one moment, and because I was listening to it while I was painting today, so I wasn't watching who he was talking to, but it was just him talking to a player, and I think it might have been AZ Thomas. I could be wrong. But the player sort of runs out and you hear him say to him, "You're trying to do everything. I just need you to do this specific thing. Don't try and do everything." And I just thought that's really interesting because that tells me two things. That tells me that Coach Glenn is aware of where his individual players are, but also that the players don't just want to run through a brick wall for him. They want to run through a brick wall for him and themselves, and they want to go further. The players want to go further than he needs them to go, which is a good sign that they're with him, a good sign that the players haven't down tools. And I think we've all watched Jets organizations that were badly coached and in the past, and you could see there was a moment when players down tools went, you know what, we'll just wait this out and wait out for the new coach. They're not doing that this time. They're not. They're seeing that this is a long haul, and they're believing in what Coach Glenn is trying to do, and I think that's huge.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, totally. There's been a massive turn. I know Tony said he noticed after week 4, but immense. You see it visibly a lot more after Sauce and Quinnen got traded.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just everybody's just really motivated. So maybe getting rid of a couple of bad eggs for whatever reason.
There's getting rid of the bad eggs, and then there's of course all the players and the coaches getting around and listening to this podcast every week. And obviously the positivity of the move towards the 2029 Super Bowl. They're all really excited about the RV.
Because they all want to know who's on the bus and who's not allowed on the bus.
Who's not on the bus. Yeah.
You should be on the bus.
Tony an opportunity. Tony, you can right now, from the existing roster, and John, have you got a little list of who's already on the bus?
Yeah, it's on the wall behind me.
Right, so just fill Tony in case he hasn't caught up with last week's episode yet. Who's so far who's definitely on the bus?
Let me go and get the.
John's going to go get it. But while he does that, I'll fill you in. So what we're going to get you to do is say one player from the current roster that is definitely going to be on the bus to the Super Bowl in Las Vegas 2029. Right,
I got it.
And we're going to have one player that's on the roster right now that's definitely not going to be on the bus. So we
got one. So Tony, you got to think of one player who's coming on the bus and one player who's not allowed. Sorry, not tonight, Governor. You're not allowed on.
You're not getting on.
On the bus, we have
so far.
We're 5 players.
Right.
I'll start off with the most obvious. It's all about the punts. McNamara. Right? He's a young man. He's
100%.
He'll be punting for a long time. That guy.
Yeah.
Also, to be a good punter, you need a good long snapper.
Yeah.
So we got
Anderson. Yeah.
And then if you special teams, you need the Faultmeister, who's only missed one kick, hasn't he? But he scored the winner last week.
Folk Hero, yeah.
Folk Hero's great.
And his boys, his kids live in Jersey. They're all Jets fans, so hopefully he'll stick around. Right. And the other two is EIEIO, Old McDonald, Will McDonald.
Had a sack
because he's phenomenal athlete. Yeah, we've got T-shirts coming on that one as well, mate. And we've got Fash the Bash.
Yeah, Olu
Fashion.
Olu, okay.
Olu, left tackle.
Yeah,
So
not John
left
Fashion,
tackle and edge
rusher. Oh, yeah.
And some special teams dons. So
and then off the butt, not allowed on the bus. Sorry, mate, not allowed on.
Well, hang on. Well, don't tell him that because you never know. He might pick somebody who's been told to get off the bus. He might drag.
I'm a regular listener, guys. I'm a regular listener. All right, so I might have some idea anyway. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Tony, let's first of all give us one player that's definitely going to make it on the bus? Who's your
Garrett Wilson? Garrett Wilson every time.
Yeah, he should be the first one on the bus, really.
He reminds me of Wayne Corbett. He reminds me of Wayne Corbett. He's got the passion. The team's, he's a fan of the team. He's like us. I love the man.
So Garrett Wilson,
you haven't seen him moaning at all, have you?
No.
You haven't seen him moan?
No.
Garrett Wilson.
No. He just got rid of his buddy, and he's still a Jet through and through.
And he was in the locker room, wasn't he? On Sunday, he was in the locker room, and he was high-fiving all the players as they came in his street clothes. But he's in the locker room.
That's a leader.
That's a leader right there. That's a leader. So Garrett Wilson, you are there right next. Do you know what? We might even let you sit next to Austin McNamara on the bus. That's how highly we think of you, Garrett Wilson. We will allow you to sit next to Austin McNamara.
Austin first, and then Garrett Wilson
obviously, Austin gets first pick.
Everybody else on.
Yeah. I'm struggling with it. The player, right? The player I want, I had his name and his white mic, right? It's Tony bloody Safety. What's his name?
Tony Adams.
Yeah, Tony Adams. Yeah.
Are we kicking him off the bus?
Is he off the bus?
Kick him out the team this year, as far as I can see. He's playing a little bit better, but he was a Salah favourite, and Salah was a softie. And I think, do you know what I mean? We had a reputation of being soft in the league, and he's one of his softer players. I feel
like Tony Adams will have a career in the NFL somewhere. He's a bit like Jamian, who I love Jamian, but again, it just doesn't seem to suit the system. So, and I think Tony Adams is a bit like that because he was quite good last year, considering you got him as a UDFA under Salah. He was quite good under Salah, but he doesn't suit the system. So I agree with you, Tony. Get back to Arsenal. You are not on the bus.
Yes,
get
correct.
Back on your bottle, mate, Tony. Get back on the bottle. You're not the same being sober.
I think a point that I often say, if anybody wants to listen to me, is that the Salah defense was a very simple defense. They didn't have any assignments. They had, this is what you're doing on this play, and in third and long, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and in this scheme, obviously, you've got gaps, and you've got to read before you run, and I just don't think he's got that in him. So
just not up to it. Just not up to the higher standard that Glenn is setting.
So he joins. So there's two others, as we from the regular listeners like Tony know. Got Quinnan's brother Quincy.
He's no longer on the bus.
He'll voluntarily not. He won't even want to come on the bus. He's on another bus somewhere. And Steve Wilkes, he'll be looking for his pension. Next year. I think he should stay retired because he's too old. He's just not with it. So brilliant. I love that. That's some good ones there. That's going back on the wall. So I'm going to be very excited by this list when they get to 2029.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, let's go back to QB because I want to get your take on Tyrod and how he's improved and how he's improved the Jets and what you think of Tanner Engstrand off the back of obviously the change and having a quarterback that can do more than two things. Have you noticed the difference?
Yeah. Obviously, Tyrod, he surprised me. I think, that a lot of people were saying, well, he's a halfway house, etc. He can throw it a little bit more, but he hasn't got the mobility. But his mobility and his pocket presence was absolutely gobsmacking last week against Atlanta. I could not believe, for a man of his age, how he escaped the collapsing pocket. I thought he was brilliant. Will he survive for the rest of the season? Let's hope so, because I think I definitely, I think the players love him as well, because I've heard that when he's been on since the second team or the scout team he's been playing, and the players adore him. So he's a Jet player. He fits what we want. So he's not the quarterback of the future, but he's now a bridge for this year, and I'm glad to see him and the centre.
That's a question. Would you like him, if it happens, would you like him to be a bridge quarterback next year as well? A lot of Jet fans are talking about, we need to get a bridge quarterback for next year and then draft in 27. That's not what I think. But assuming they end up doing that, why trade for Mac Jones? Why trade for Jameis Winston? is Tyrod Taylor not, or what should I say, is a Tyrod Taylor that's 1 year into the system and 1 year into the project better than bringing another guy in to be another bridge quarterback? Just run with Tyrod if you're not going to draft a quarterback.
The answer to that is there's better quarterbacks out there. It's whether we can get them. I think it's a typical Jets scenario. We've got all these picks, and there's probably one quarterback worthy of going in the top 10.
Who's
right?
That?
So that's your boy from Louisiana.
Indiana.
Is it Louisiana? Yeah.
Mendoza.
Yeah, that's him. But I got to be honest, like I can't see us getting there because I think we're going to be picking 7th, 8th, or something like that, and I think the cost to go up is going to be horrendous. So he's off the table.
You would. So what you're saying, Tone? You're saying wait till next year or get a quarterback this year?
I wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't mind him punting on a quarterback with a second pick we got in the first round. I'm not saying that's unless they got a better plan. If we can get somebody in free agency on a trade, that would be my number one choice. Get a quarterback they like, that they can see us over, because there's definitely more quarterbacks next year, but the fandom will want to see a better product, obviously, next year. Woody will want to see a better product next year. You want to see bums on seats in December.
I think that's the thing is that if you don't draft a quarterback this year, then you're starting 2027 season with a rookie quarterback. And assuming that rookie quarterback in his rookie year only wins, say, 4 or 5 games, then suddenly you're looking at Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji being 3 seasons into their project without a winning. They're not going to survive. And for that reason, I think they are going to be trading up this year. I think they think more is coming out of Oregon, and I've read that they've been to see him play. Well, been to see Oregon play at least 3 times this year. And obviously Mendoza's hyped as well, and some people talking about Ty Simpson. I think whatever we think, I personally think the Jets have their eyes on someone, and it could be none of those 3. It could be somebody else entirely, and their strategy could be we think this guy's still going to be there at 7 or 8 or wherever they're picking. But I think they've got that ammunition because they want to be ready if it's possible and the value is right to go up and get a guy at 1 overall.
You made a valid point a couple of weeks ago, Al, when you said that. Yes. When you said that lesser quarterbacks that maybe would be better off going another year in college might be tempted by their agents to go out because they're going to get a higher pick this year than they would the following year. Yeah. And I think that's a very valid point, Al, and it might put a few out there. I think I'm right in saying that a year ago, none of these 3 quarterbacks that we've been discussing were touted as being the 3 quarterbacks for this season. So what about taking a quarterback that was touted as being, a number 1 or top 5 pick, and we can get him at bottom of the round 1, early round 2. They obviously got the tools.
2 second rounders.
Just had a bad season.
We've got 2 second rounders as well this year, so we could even trade back into the end of the first. We could do something fancy with our picks, maybe move the Colts one back a little bit, and then come back in. Do you know what I mean? And end up taking one in the right spot. We've got loads of options, so I like that. Good stuff.
Yeah, John? I'm just Googling now who was in. That's a very good point, Tony. Do you know what? That's the cracking point, right? Because we've got 3 quarterbacks who have sort of got middling, nothing amazing, have got themselves into the top 10. Mendoza, Moore, and Simpson. Simpson's first year, right?
Yeah.
Who was the top-ranked 5 quarterbacks before the season started?
There's the guy with a long name who I can't pronounce. Are you looking up, John?
I'm trying to, yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, here we go. Okay, I found something.
Go on.
So, because this is actually interesting. All right, so they got Arch Manning.
Of course.
Well, he was never going to come out this year.
All right, so it's gone back to. Oh wow. So the top 20 is the top 25 before season started, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm going from the 25th. It's the way it is. Dante Moore, 23rd.
Is this just quarterbacks or is this all players?
Quarterbacks.
23rd ranked quarterback.
Yeah, he didn't play last year, basically. Yeah. All right, I'm going quickly, just because the listeners.
Yeah, just the highlights. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going as fast as I can with the old scroll of the thumb.
Fast as he can, guys. This is as fast as John can. Fast as John can read.
There's a Nico Lamaliva. I'm just throwing out content there just to keep people listening, to keep them
eager. What number is he?
UCLA, number 15. Josh Hoover, 14.
I heard he sucks.
Carson, yeah, that's a good one, mate. I'll tell you what, that's good quality content. That's good content. That's what we've been waiting for all this Carson Beck, 13.
Beck, yeah.
Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt.
Was he?
Yeah. I've seen a couple
he's at 11. Julian Saying, Ohio State, number 10. Yeah.
Ohio State quarterback, and Ohio State are flying, and he was number 10.
Yeah. John Mattia, Oklahoma, 9. He had a good 2024. He had a proper 2024. These are 32 TDs, 3,000 yards. So he's not one of these like Moores who just turn out the blue. Yeah, again, I can see us doing that. One good year. We can't get a quarterback with just one good year. DJ Lagway, Florida, no idea. Lanoris Sellers, North Carolina. He's been touted even.
Tooted's just as good. We're tooting the horn for Sellers. Sellers, is that
6.
Right?
He's a big lad, this one. So he had a productive season, but he's a 6'3", 242 pounds.
Yeah, that's good. We don't want someone with big, strong.
This is the guy you were thinking of a minute ago. The long name guy. Yeah. Garrett Nussminer.
That's it.
Yes.
LSU.
Nussminer.
4,000 yards last season, 29 TDs, 12 interceptions. What a great year. 4th. What's happened to him?
What's happened to LSU this year?
Well, the guy that got sacked. So now they've got Lance Kiffin coming on.
So that's not good for a quarterback, is it? So there could be some there. If he's available top of the second round or trading back into the end of the first, take him with that Colts pick.
That's a great quarterback. That is, you know what I mean? This is a game changer, guys. I'm writing his name down. Nussmeier.
Yeah, you're going to have to because I know I'm remembering that.
Yeah, Nussmeier.
Garrett Nussmeier.
I want to know what happened to him. You got Clemson quarterback Cade Klubnik. Great cracking name, that. Klubnik. Klubnik.
That's
the Clubmeister.
He sounds like a defensive tackle, doesn't he?
3,700 yards, 36 TDs last year, 6 interceptions. Clemson. And they played each other. Clemson, Nussminer, and Klubnik played each other in week 1 this season. What was the score, mate? Can you Google that while I'm thumbing? I can't do any more thumbing.
LSU against Clemson.
LSU versus Clemson, week 1. I want to know who won that game. And they've got Arch Manning as the first quarterback. So this Mendoza.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Got it.
Wasn't even on the top 25 list.
No.
I mean, we're going down the same route again, aren't we? One, recency bias, get the quarterback who's doing well. In what environment? He hasn't even played any competition, hardly. They've been undefeated. That's the thing.
Right, here we go, John. I've got this for you.
Go on.
So Clemson Tigers 10, LSU Tigers, two Tigers going off against each other, by the way. 17. So it was a 17-10 win.
What's
for
the
LSU.
stats on the Nussminer versus the Klubnik?
Yeah, Klubnik was 19 of 38 for 230 yards and 1 interception. Okay. And Nussmeier was 28 of 38 for 232 yards and 1 touchdown.
Oh, yeah. The Nussmeier, he gets it. Yeah. And he won as well, did he?
Yeah, 17-10. The LSU Tigers beat the Clemson Tigers.
Oh, that's it. Get rid of Klubnik. He's out the house. He's not coming on the boat.
Klubnik's been clubbed. And Nussmeier's nicked ahead of him. Who else, John? Where was Mendoza on that list?
We can get Josh Hoover from TCU as a backup, like in the 5th, 6th round as well. So
just in case the other guy sucks.
Exactly. Yeah, Nussmeier and the Hoover.
Let's get
Mendoza on your list.
That's it.
Where was Mendoza?
He's not even on the list. That's what
he wasn't on there.
He's not even on the list.
And Simpson, not even on the list.
Not because he just.
No, he wasn't playing.
He was number 1.
Yeah.
Arch Manning, who didn't even Manning. Yeah. It's just pedigree with that guy, and he will become good. So he had 1,000 yards, 9 TDs, but he's been waiting.
Playing better now. He is playing better now, John. But
totally. I mean, he will be amazing, but he probably won't come out this year.
That's correct. Yeah, I don't think he'll come
next
out
year.
no.
And
they get paid now, don't they? They get paid $8 million or whatever, to stay. So
that's so much money. Why would you might as well? Let's have another year in college.
So let's get our soothsayers on. Ant is an LSU fan. I think we've got a couple of other LSU fans as well in the Jets community. We want to get your take on the Nuss, Garrett Nussmeier.
The Nuss, yeah.
We want to know what you think of the Nuss. Is the Nuss going to be the man for the Jets in Las Vegas in 2029 and Nashville in 2030?
Now we're into now we're getting into college bowl season, right? So you got all the bowls and you got the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I don't think LSU is in the playoffs, which is going to be detrimental to his. So we can get him in the second, third round, right?
Potentially, certainly late first. If we have to trade back into the first to get him.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, it's a team game, and we got time. We got a great line. How often can you say that about the Jets? Bringing a rookie quarterback in with a line,
Never ever. I mean, 2008, 2009 with an amazing offensive line.
Yeah,
pumping the brakes slightly. Right now, we only have one of our offensive line on the bus because remember we're the guys picking the players that are on the bus.
They got a
so right now we've only got one guy. Hopefully in the next few weeks we will add to that offensive line.
So.
But we've got to make room for Austin McNamara. So
at the moment we're punting a lot.
Yeah. What else is new? Okay, Tony, how badly are we going to kill the fish this weekend?
We're at home. We've got the rivalry uniform on. It's not raining, I don't believe. It's cold, windy. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be quite a close game. I don't know. I don't think. I've got quite a low scoring. No, something like 17-13. With a field goal at the end or something to just get past them, and nobody's happy. Yeah,
and what time are you getting into London for the Jets Christmas party?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Are you coming, Tone?
I'd love to, but holidays and
that's all I heard. Is I'd love to.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the first one in there, reserving the booth.
There was talk. It was coming down for the Super Bowl, wasn't there, last year, and that didn't happen. So so yeah. Look. If it was nothing to go down there and get a night out in London, it didn't cost a fortune, and I didn't have to have the next day off, and then holidays, I'd come down regularly. Obviously, I would, because there's nothing better than watching a game with your mates, is it? So
Well, Al's got plenty of room in his penthouse in Leighton, so more than he's got loads of spare room.
Yeah, what you have to do is you have to sniff a lot of paint fumes to see it as a penthouse. You've got to really sniff the fumes.
Look, maybe we'll get one of these games in Cardiff or something, and we'll all come up and you'll be in Wales, and then there's plenty of room here for you boys as well. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. That would be good. There's been talk. I've been talking to Anne since I've been in the clique in Gangrene UK. We got to get something done in Wales, and it is talk. Yes, looked at
it. Let's do it.
Yeah. But it's yet to come up. We haven't had that many because we've had a London game, so maybe next year.
Yeah. Maybe next year we haven't got the Jets aren't somewhere unless the Jets are in Germany or Ireland or somewhere like that. We might.
Germany would be good, wouldn't it? Because
that would be good. That would be good. Yeah.
Who did we meet last week out in the Hippo? Who just been to Germany and saw the? It was the Rams guy. It was the Rams guy we met, wasn't it? So.
The Rams guy. That's right. He was great, by the way. We were sat in the Hippodrome with. There was a Rams guy that had sort of reserved a big booth, and it was just him and his girlfriend trying to watch the Rams game, and about 10 of us bolted in and sat next to him. And just basically stood up in front of his face, JTSing and screaming, and that is the Jets' first down. And at first, I think he was a little bit annoyed. Then he just started to laugh and get involved. And he loved
best fans in the world, mate. Jet fans, the best fans in the world. That's what I reckon.
He was fair play. Honestly, he was this close to putting on Craig's Wilkerson. Was it a Wilkerson jersey? A Wilkerson jersey. He was this close to putting it on because the Rams game had finished and he was going to watch the Jets with us. That's how. So I reckon, if guy's been a Rams fan for 10 years or whatever it is, he's going to end up a Jet fan in about 2 weeks.
So Tony, when you do come down one day in December, mate, and you got accommodation at ours, and you got it's over Christmas because you're not working because you got your holiday. So
that's true.
The jersey, we're wearing all of our old jerseys this year because this is the end of the old era. Yeah, get rid of all the old weird jerseys. We're going to wear them, and then next year we're going to concentrate on winning.
Well, next year it's all about people on the bus.
What's that?
I hate buying current players because it's like the jinx, do you know what I mean? It's like they'll either leave or they'll be
Or you could be really smart and you could buy the jerseys of players you want to leave.
That's That is good. That is good. Yeah. Tony Adams, let's get it. Yeah.
Quincy Williams and Tony Adams.
Yeah.
We're all going to be rocking up in Alan Lazard jerseys next week, aren't we? Trying to get
look. I've told you what I believe the score is. Is it fair enough to ask you guys what you think the score is on Sunday?
I think I should answer first because then John, we're going to segue beautifully into John's betting corner.
Betties, yeah.
So I think we win because of the weather, because of the fact that Miami aren't good. And I think we played really poorly in Miami, really poorly. And I think the players will feel like they owe them one. The difficulty is that neither A.D. Mitchell or John Mechie or Tyrod Taylor were really a part of that horrible defeat in Miami. So I think a lot of it's going to come from the defense. I think we'll win. I think I'm going to go a little bit of a different score to you. I'm going to go 24-10, just to mix it up. It's a slightly bigger victory.
Good.
But 24-10, and I think we'll get, I know we say it every week, I think we get a pick and maybe even a pick six this week. So I think the defense is primed and ready, and I think they owe Miami one. So I think there'll be a pick six this week. I don't know who it will be. Might be Brandon Stevens because he's been improving.
Yeah.
But I think we'll get a pick six this week.
Yeah, Tua likes to throw a ball, doesn't he? He likes to
and he's not very
throw
good.
them 50-50s. Yeah, it's a good show.
So my opinion on this game is...
Should we segue into John's betting corner?
Yeah, well, I'll just quickly do this one, before. Yeah. So both teams allow the run. So Achan is going to have a belter. He's going to be catching the ball as well. And he'll probably go way over his prop of rushing and receiving, about 90, I think it is. The Jets, but we could run. Brees could have a fantastic game as well because you can run on the Dolphins.
Brees is number 20.
And Reese, your boy, number 20.
Just for anyone who's not sure.
Brees yeah.
Carry on, John.
20. So I think it could go either way. I'll probably go into overtime because these kind of games do. And I really want us to win, but I think we'll lose by 3. I've just got a feeling we're going to lose by 3 because we won last week.
You can't fathom the possibility of the Jets winning 2 games in a row.
The only thing is that the Dolphins are in Jetland. It is freezing cold, so the Dolphins don't like that. But McDaniels has got them motivated again.
Yeah. We are a young side. Like I said earlier, I think you have to learn how to win. I've seen so many teams that have got talent, and all the press before the season starts. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. They really got a Super Bowl. We've recently been in that. All the press love us because we're a Super Bowl worthy team, and we've looked awful. And I think we're a very young side, so I do think, it's not about results. It's about how we play. And I think we're playing, it's a team game, and we've got a team coming. It's building.
That's why I'm so excited about this Super Bowl trip 29-30. In fact, I've got a feeling we might be going there early because we have been written off. And if we get a quarterback next year, one way or another, this, Nussminer or Josh Hoover, whatever his name is, then that's 26th season.
It's the common denominator. Sorry to talk, John.
27. We could be doing. This is what I'm saying. 27 playoffs we sneak in, and then everybody says, "Yeah, we'll just get into playoffs again." And 28 is where we do the Super Bowl. Which is 29 Super Bowl in February. Yeah, that's how it all works out for Vegas.
There you go.
Yeah.
We just need a quarterback. Whatever happens, if we can get a quarterback, the way the age of the team and the draft picks we got, if we got a quarterback, I'm confident that we're a playoff team.
I strongly sense that we will get a quarterback this year because the chance of Aaron Glenn sticking around for year 3, if he doesn't get a quarterback and we suck all like this next year, it's gone.
And we have, and
he will want a quarterback.
Bear in mind, we have the GM that was around when the Broncos took Bo Nix at 12, and nobody thought Bo Nix was going 12, and nobody thought the Broncos were going quarterback, and they took him at 12, and he's arguably the best quarterback in that class.
Drake May.
Drake May. Drake May's in the same class, isn't he? Yeah. Drake, beg your pardon. Second best, best quarterback that doesn't play for the Patriots in that class.
Yeah.
So this weekend, we want the Jets to play well. If they win, great. But we want them to play well, and we want the Jaguars to pummel the Colts.
Yeah, they'll win that. I should win that.
I've got to win. Yeah.
So everyone come in your with your Jaguars hat on as well as your Jets heart. Down the Hippodrome.
So, we've got perfect segue out.
Is it? Great. Yeah, so are we zooming into John's betting corner?
Get your money out. Come on.
Get your money out. Get your money out. Last week we went 4-1.
Ka-ching.
4-1.
4-1 last week. Sponsored by
42.
Dead Cert. Well, we're still sponsored by Green Smoke because we love Nick.
Yeah. We're 42 and 23 on the season.
We're what? Sorry?
42 wins, 23 losses.
Look at that.
That is phenomenal.
42 and 23.
That's like...
So come on then, sure thing, John Love.
Take some money. So, all right. So this week we got... So back to the well from one of the winners from last week is passing a quarterback playing the Houston D. Now this week is Patrick Mahomes. Right? Oh. In the cold, Houston defense is phenomenal.
It is.
They allow a little bit of the run, but their passing D very, very strong. Stingley is better than Sauce, basically, but he is a proper shutdown corner. So Patrick Mahomes under 242 yards. It's going down to about 239. Just get on it sooner rather than later. It's going to go one way down. Josh Allen is going to have a bounce-back game against Cincinnati Bengals. Completely awful defense. His number's very low at 228. I think it's going up a little bit, 230. Jump on that as soon as you can.
On the over, yeah?
On the over. Geno Smith against Denver. I don't know what's going on with the Raiders, but absolutely diabolical offense. I know they sacked their offensive coordinator, but goodness me, the Denver defense is a very good defense, but their stats have been a little bit misleading. So that's going to be an under 201, 197, 198, whatever.
Under on Geno?
Under on Geno, big time, yeah.
Okay. So that's four quarterbacks for the first 4 bets.
Well, in my calculations, I got an economics degree. I've only done 3.
You said
Josh Allen over, Patrick Mahomes under, Geno under. Yeah.
Is that what you said? You said another one.
3. I've done 3. I'm doing the list here, mate.
Right. Yeah. In Wolverhampton, they did teach maths better in Wolverhampton. We're on 3. Like 2 more.
2 more. So we've got Bijan Robinson. They're playing Seattle. Seattle run D, phenomenal, shut down. Bijan's having a bit of an up and down season after some belt. Had great game against our crappy run D.
Listen, you can tell he's an elite.
He may catch the ball as well, but he's under 65 yards, 66.
Under 65?
Yeah, you can get that. And then the last one is Kyron Williams for the Rams. They're playing Arizona. The Arizona, very good passing defense, but they conceded the run. So he's going to be over. His number's 67. So Kyron Williams over 67. And you've got to remember, they just feature him all the time. He had a little bit of a niggle last week, and Blake Corum came in, but Kyron Williams, he's the main back there. So as long as he stays healthy, which he will, then over.
So under on Mahomes, over on Allen, under on Geno.
I've got a bonus. I've got a bonus.
Yeah.
I've got a bonus. It's a money line Aki.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. 4-team money line Aki, which I've done. So Tampa Bay playing the Saints at home. So Tampa Bay money line.
Yeah, that's it.
Seattle playing at the corpse of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
So Seattle. Denver, as mentioned, are playing the Raiders, and they smashed the Raiders a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then the Rams bounced back game because they lost last week. I don't know how, to Carolina, and they're playing Arizona. So 4-team money line.
They'd all be strong favourites in those games. Yeah. What does that get you on the Aki, John?
So all of them, their spread is like 8 points, right? So you bring them all down to money line, 50 quid on it, you get 120. Yeah, so literally double your money on that one.
And then you put that 120 into the fund for the RV, and we're paying for our 2029 Super Bowl trip.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can't wait. Remember, we need to buy green paint to paint Hippo Jets all over the side of the RV.
we need a painter.
We need that money set aside.
We need a painter.
Yeah, exactly. We need someone who knows how to paint a hippo as well, because we need a hippo on the side of our RV.
We need live hippo. Oh my goodness, we need to get a live hippo. Need to get a live hippo. Yeah, in the back of the van, the back of the RV. Get a couple of hippos. And one can be wider than the hippo.
Definitely.
Bone fingers. Going 90 miles an hour on the motorway. We'll leave the listeners on that one, I think.
Yeah, why not? Let's leave them with that image in their heads. Yeah. So listen, guys, it is the Hippo Jets Christmas party this weekend. So if you are anywhere near London and you are nowhere near the Hippodrome on Sunday lunchtime, basically, you are then dead to me, because you should be with us having a good time, squishing the fish,
squishing the fish party,
planning our 2029 Super Bowl party wagon. So be there, basically. Just be there.
Be there, guys.
Yeah. I wish I could be there.
And Tony, you've got an excuse because you are in Wales, but you're there in spirit.
Yeah. On about, taking a big RV or whatever down to, I'm saving up for a motorhome. So if I can get that next year, you know what? I can get it down there, park up somewhere in British Rail, get on a train, back out, get my head down.
Your motorhome to Las Vegas in 2029.
Yeah, we can ship it over.
Yeah.
We can take
it over.
I'll be so used to these big vehicles then, do you know what I mean? I could be the designated driver,
We'll get a ferry over to New York.
Yeah.
Listen, this is all falling into place. We've worked out who the quarterback's going to be. We've now got our RV lined up.
Now we've got
it's destiny, guys.
We've got 2 designated drivers, so you can take it.
Yeah, because I don't drink, so yeah.
Yeah.
I can do the daytime shift and one do the nighttime shift.
Yeah, and you'll just be a nuisance getting drunk on the top.
I'll be hanging out with the hippos.
All right, guys, we will see you on Sunday, and we'll catch you next week on the next episode of the Hippo Jets podcast. And until then, JTS, boys.
JTS, guys.
Go Jets.